Now, our next type of cross-pollination is entomophily. And the meaning of entomophily is pollination by insects. Okay, I told you that the pollination with the help of insect is called as the entomophily, and the flowers are called as the entomophilous flowers. Now see what adaptation should be there or what characters should be there in case of entomophilous flower. One is flowers should be large and brightly colored. Okay, this is the first point. Flowers should be large so that they can easily visible. Okay, and they should be brightly colored. Now in case if the flowers are not colored, like in case of bougainvillea, then the parts of the flower should be colored. Like in case of bougainvillea, bracts are there. You must have seen the bougainvillea. Consists of the pink color, dark pink color bracts. So these bracts should be colorful or brightly colored so that they may be attracted by the insects. So what is the condition? If the flowers are not brightly colored, okay, if not, then any other part should be colored. For example, in case of bougainvillea, what is there? Bracts. In case of bougainvillea, bracts are there and they are colored. Okay. In case of euphorbia, leaves are colored. Okay. In case of one more flower called as the Misandra, sepals are colored. Clear? So flowers should be large in size, they should be colored. If they are not colored, then any part of the flower should be colored. Like in case of bougainvillea, bracts are there. They are red in color, pink in color. In case of euphorbia, leaves are colored. And in case of Misandra, sepals are colored. Okay, this is the first point. Then, even the flowers should give scent or some fragrance or type of smell. Okay, flowers should be full of smell, like in case of jasmine. Clear? It gives a very pleasant smell, and that's why it is attracted by the insect and pollinated by the insect. So it should give a proper smell. In some of the flower, what is there? There is a nectar. Nectaries are present. You must have read the nectaries. They are present at the base of the ovary. Okay, and then they give the fragrance, and the birds and the insects, they get attracted towards that nectar, and then they come and take. Okay, so some nectaries are present at the base, and with the help of these nectar glands, okay, one gland is present, nectar gland, with the for the taking the nutrient from the nectar gland, these birds and the insects, they come. This is called as the entomophily. So if the scent is there, some fragrance is there, smell is there, otherwise there should be nectar gland, okay, which can produce some nectars. Now see, in case of this one, scent, there is one more flower that is called as the Rafflesia. It produces very bad smell, very bad, okay. Because of this bad smell, it is attracted by some of the insect, and then the pollination occur in that. It smells like a rotten egg, Rafflesia. After that, nectars are there. with the help of the nectar gland, and the example of nectar gland is anterinum. A-N-T-I-R-R-H-I-U-M. Anterinum. Okay. It consists of the nectar gland, and this nectar gland help in the formation of or help in the process of pollination. See, these nectars are present at this place, and these nectar help in the process of pollination. So what are the properties of the entomophilus? Flowers should be large, brightly colored, showy. For example, if the flowers are not brightly colored, then their part should be brightly colored. They must have the scent, fragrance or some different smell, as well as there should be the nectar. Plus, one more point. Flowers should be conspicuous. Conspicuous means easily visible. Flower must be easily visible. In some of the very small flowers, that is Asteraceae family. In case of Asteraceae, the flowers are very small. So they all are arranged in the rows. They all are arranged in the inflorescence. They all are arranged in the clusters so that they can easily visible. Okay. This is called as the flower should be conspicuous. Conspicuous. Oh, pen is not working. That is easily visible. Clear? They should be easily visible. Next example, like in case of sunflower also, we have seen many flowers, they are clubbed together, then they form the sunflower. That is capitulum. That is called as the capitulum of the sunflower. We have seen the sunflower, and the cluster of the flowers are there in the sunflower. That is called as the capitulum. So, in case of capitulum of the sunflower, we can see the conspicuous. That is easily visible because flowers are very small, so they all are clubbed together and they are easily visible. After that, some time, what happens? Pollen grains become edible. Okay? If the pollen grains will become edible, as if in case of papaver, Rosa sinus. One example is papaver and another example is Rosa sinus. What happens in this case? The pollen grains are edible. So insects, they will eat these pollen grains, and where they will remove them. They will start its germination, or when they will fall on the flower, then they will start fertilization and the germination. So this is about the entomophily. That is, the flower should be large, it should be colored, it should be conspicuous, it should have the nectar, it should produce some scent, some fragrance, as well as some pollen grains, they may be edible also, and that's why they all are responsible for the entomophily method of pollination. Till now it is clear. Now in the next class we will see some special arrangement in the flower and its pollination. Okay. Till then you revise these things. Okay. Bye.